Thank you for watching this video on reflections on the Catechism. We're into the next section, and the section is entitled God the Father. The first question is, what do we learn about God as Creator from the revelation to Israel? And the answer, we learn there is one God, the Father Almighty, Creator of heaven and earth, of all that is seen and unseen. So the Catechism begins to echo the lines in the Nicene Creed at this point. And the first part of the Catechism that dealt with the very general themes of creation, God, human beings, is now shifting into kind of unpacking the specifics of what we mean by words like God and creation and human beings. And so God as Creator is the first image we have as God in the Bible. Sometimes the word Creator assumes a literalness of the creation account in Genesis that's not absolutely necessary. And to say that we believe in the creation account in Genesis and that we believe in God as Creator does not mean that we read the creation account as some kind of scientific explanation of how God created the world. God uses the means that God chooses to bring about the creation. So what we know from science in theories like the Big Bang and the development, expansion of the universe, the formation of Earth, the evolution of life, are not challenges to the claim that God is Creator. They don't contradict that title or that belief. They are illuminating the method of how God chose to create. So we can absolutely consistently say as Christians that we believe that the universe is 15 or so billion years old, and that Earth has evolved over millions of years, and life has evolved. Humans have come to become who we are through evolution, and not in any way to be unfaithful to or unbelieving in God as Creator. What we can say as Christians, which goes beyond the science that we can learn about creation, is that God is the divine source that makes possible and brings into being, creates the very material of the creation itself. So that if there was a Big Bang, which likely seems the way in which God chose to bring about the beginnings of the universe, where did the original material come from? How did the bang begin? What initiated it? What set it off? What was happening before there was such a bang, and what made it occur? Stretch the bounds of science and enter into the realm of theory. And there can be some scientific or purely separate from God kinds of ways of understanding the origin of the universe. But as Christians, we can integrate that and say that it's understandable and likely that God initiates that act, makes it possible, brings into being the elements and the necessary factors that set off what we would call the Big Bang. And so the creation is God's desire, God's decision, because it's sourced in God and is in existence through God's power and care and will for the glory of God, so that God may be known, so that what can be explored in the realm of science is not fully exhausted in the realm of science, and is pointing toward a spiritual reality which is more than just the sum of all the physical stuff. So why is there a universe at all? Why is there anything at all? Could God have existed in a void of nothingness and forever in the eternity before the Big Bang? What caused God to decide to have something rather than nothing? And part of what we could apprehend as an answer is that God desires to be known and worshipped and related to, and to create a world in which God's glory can abide in creation and most ultimately in human beings. And for there to be human beings, there has to be an earth. For an habitable earth, there has to be a solar system, and for there to be a solar system, there has to be a galaxy, and for there to be one galaxy, there have to be lots and lots of galaxies. And so this is a part of the grand kind of mystery of astronomy. Is Earth the only place that inhabits life, or does life exist on other kinds of planets? And of course we don't know that, but whether we are on this planet alone in life, or whether there are other forms of life, is still pointing to the one source, God, for all of it, whether we're it or whether there are many, many others. And so to say also that God is Father alongside the image of Creator is to remember that God is personal, God is a nurturer, God is one who brings forth. It is not a term, Father, of gender, other than as it is used in Scripture to connote a kind of way of being and caring for creation and for human beings. We could just as equally and truly say, in some sense, although the Bible uses this term less explicitly, that God is mother or mother-like. And so we're careful not to hear the word Father as preferencing maleness, or to assign to God gender in the way that we understand human gender, or to make God a patriarch in the sense that human history has included patriarchs. It is a term of nurture and parental love and care. And we say Father a lot in the liturgy, not in order to image God as male, but to remember God as the one from whom we come, to whom we are going, and who loves and cares for us as a form of the ultimate and divine parent. And so we hear stories of people struggling with imagining God as Father, or in the options for liturgical language that change the word Father to God, or the word Lord to other forms of address. And there are times and places for that, and we have to be sensitive to the way in which the word Father can be a difficult expression for some people to hear. But the preservation of it is important so that even those who have some pain around hearing the word Father can hear in God as Father, not one who is like an earthly father, but one who is perfect in his love and care for us, utterly and completely for our good and for our nurture and for our growth. And so these two images of God that come very early in the narrative, early in our tradition, Creator and Father, will set the stage for all that is to come and shape how we understand the nature of the world as a place in which God delights, and God delights in us and creates us to share in and enjoy all of the blessings and richness of God's world. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you.